This courtroom hearing starts like a routine plea deal, but within minutes, it turns into something much deeper. A 33-year-old defendant walks in facing felony drug charges after police found methamphetamine, baggies, and suspicious items inside a backpack during a traffic stop. He pleads guilty, hoping the court sees the progress he claims to have made. His attorney says he's sober, in treatment, and ready to rebuild his life. But then comes the twist. Despite all of that, the judge still sends him to prison. And just when you think the hearing is over, the judge drops a shocking no-contact order, tied to a woman whose past spirals into chaos. We're about to hear a brutal flashback involving addiction, prison, broken families, and 4 children caught in the middle. This case isn't just about drugs, it's about choices, consequences, and whether someone can truly escape the people dragging them down. Watch closely, because this judge doesn't just hand out punishment, he delivers life lessons in real time. And the biggest question is this: when someone finally starts changing, is it already too late?
Mr. Kirby, Ms. Nicholson, on behalf of the state of Ohio. Ms. Nicholson.
Your Honor, it's my understanding the defendant will be pleading guilty to counts 1 and 2. The state will dismiss count 3 and 4.
All right, Mr. Kirby, is that accurate?
That's right, Judge.
Okay, the 2 counts from the indictment. Before we get to your change of plea, I'm required to go over some things with you. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, how old are you?
33.
How far did you go in school?
10th grade. Yes, Your Honor.
This is how you want to proceed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Nicholson.
Your Honor, if this case would have proceeded to trial, the state would have proven beyond a reasonable doubt that on or about December 29th, 2025, in the city of Mason, Warren County, Ohio, the defendant was a passenger in a vehicle that was stopped for a marked lanes violation. Ultimately, it was determined that he had an outstanding warrant. He had a backpack. He was the only male in the vehicle. There was a backpack that had men's toiletries, some small baggies, and a magnetized box that contained baggies of methamphetamine.
Mr. Kirby, anything on those facts?
Nothing on the facts, Judge.
Do you admit and acknowledge that what she said is true?
Yes, Your Honor.
And again, you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering a plea of guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's your plea?
Guilty.
All right, the court will make a finding that you've made a knowing, intelligent, and voluntary waiver of your constitutional rights. The court will accept your plea of guilty, and based upon the statement of facts in your plea, the court will make a finding of guilty. For the record, the court is going to deny the defendant's motion for intervention in lieu of conviction. Mr. Kirby.
Judge, I think that Corey's behavior on pretrial is indicative that he will be successful on probation. Last time we were in court for the pretrial, he appeared with Genesis, which he successfully completed. I know the court is aware of that. Today he's present with Full Circle. He appears to be doing well. He's sober. Full Circle reports that he is also doing well. Your Honor, we would ask to place Corey on a community control sanction. Again, I think he would be a model probationer. That's all, Judge.
Mr. Colwell, is there anything you'd like to say?
I just appreciate you giving me the opportunity to go to treatment and actually get help for once. It means a lot, and I really came a long way, and I just look forward to keep showing the court that I can be a member of society and do good.
All right, the court's considered the statements made here today. The court has reviewed the ILC assessment and will use it as a pre-sentence investigation. The purposes and principles of sentencing, the relevant seriousness and recidivism factors. The court has also considered the agreed recommended sentence of the parties. And
here's where things get serious. Even though the defense highlighted treatment progress, sobriety, and positive reports, the judge still orders 6 months in prison consecutive to his current sentence. That means this time gets added on top of whatever he's already serving, not at the same time. Why? Because courts often weigh 2 things heavily: accountability and deterrence. Progress matters, but judges also look at the original offense, criminal history, and whether prior chances were wasted. In this case, the judge clearly believes consequences still need to happen before rehabilitation can fully continue. And notice something important: the judge isn't angry here, he sounds disappointed. That usually means the court sees potential, but refuses to ignore reality. Do you agree with this decision? Should treatment progress outweigh punishment? Or should actions always come first? Let me know below.
Finds it to be an appropriate sentence. The court will order you to serve 6 months in prison, that to be served consecutive to your current sentence. The court finds that a consecutive sentence is necessary to punish this defendant. The court is also going to order you to complete the Thinking for a Change course. Now, This one's a little bit stickier, but I'm going to order you that you're not to have contact with Miss Manning. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
I know that she is going to prison or whatever. Any contact you have with her is obviously going to be recorded, so we're going to know. Look, the prosecutor has listened to some of her jail calls recently. She's not doing well, and she's going to drag you down.
This may be the most important moment in the hearing. The judge doesn't just sentence the defendant, he tries to save his future. He warns him to cut contact with Miss Manning, saying they're on two completely different paths now. One is moving forward, the other is headed backward. That's a powerful statement because courts often see the same pattern again and again. Someone starts improving, but old relationships, toxic environments, and criminal circles pull them right back under. The judge even points out that jail calls are monitored, meaning any renewed contact could create more problems instantly. This isn't just legal advice, it's life advice. Sometimes rehabilitation isn't only about quitting drugs or finishing treatment, it's about changing who you surround yourself with. Real talk. Do you think people can grow while staying tied to destructive relationships? Or do some connections have to be cut completely?
Okay, so you have started off you guys are on different trajectories right now. She's going this way and you're going this way, and if you go back and start to have contact with her, she's going to drag you down.
Flashback.
This is not Miss Manning's first foray into the criminal justice system. I think this is her most serious involvement. We will defer to the court as to the amount of time the court deems is appropriate. She does seem to have extensive contacts, even while she has been incarcerated, with individuals who themselves are interconnected in the criminal justice system. We'd ask the court to consider that. She has 91 days of jail time credit. There is no reimbursement requested.
If she could just get away from these people that she's been growing up with since she was like 15 years old, she'd probably be in a lot better situation than we are today. And I'd really like you to consider giving her minimum time.
Miss Manning, anything you want me to know?
I understand I was wrong, and no.
What's it going to take to get your attention, to get you to stop hanging around, if it's the people you're hanging around with, or what's it going to take?
I just haven't had no support or family, and they're just all I really knew, or like anywhere I had to really go, because I got taken away and I was in the system, and I just didn't really have nobody.
Well, when you turn to people, is Jason Norton, is he incarcerated now?
I don't know. That's what Roxanne said, but I don't know.
Do you believe that he is?
If it happened recently, he gets incarcerated a lot.
Well, when you hang around with people that are doing drugs and breaking the law and in and out of jail, in and out of prison, this is what ends up happening. Now you found yourself in a situation where the only discretion I have is picking a number between 2 and 8. That's the limit of my discretion, because this is now a mandatory prison sentence. So you're going to prison today. What is it going to be enough? I'm trying to find out what makes you tick so that you don't keep coming back. Now you see what the bad decision, the consequences of that are. I mean, if this is the life you want, that's fine, and we can just keep doing this over and over, keep sending you to prison. If this is the life you want, you have 4 kids?
Yeah.
One of them's adopted out. Who has custody of the other 3?
His family.
His family.
I don't have
These kids don't stand a chance. I mean, is this the life that you want for your kids?
No.
At what point in time are you going to step up and break this cycle?
I'm ready. I'm sorry it took me coming to where I'm at to be ready, but like I said, I'm embarrassed that it took me so long to realize what's really going on in my life and where I'm going, and now that I'm almost 28 years old, but I plan to change and do better and learn from this.
End of flashback.
That time would run consecutive to any additional prison time that you get sentenced to. I'm going to find that he's indigent to All right, you have a right to appeal the court's decision of your sentence to the 12th District Court of Appeals. If you want to appeal, you must file your notice within 30 days of today's date. If you can't afford to pay for the transcript or anything necessary for your appeal, including an attorney, that can all be provided to you at no cost. Ms. Nicholson, did I leave anything else?
I don't believe so, no, Your Honor.
Started off great. I really, really don't want to see you go backwards on this, so please, please, I mean, just follow the rules. If you can get your life back together now.
What a case. We watched a defendant admit guilt, receive prison time, and then hear one final warning from a judge who clearly believed he still had a chance to turn things around. This wasn't a simple punishment hearing. It was about crossroads. The court recognized his progress, but also made it clear that consequences still matter. The most memorable takeaway? Accountability alone isn't enough, and recovery alone isn't enough either. Real change requires discipline, distance from destructive influences, and consistent choices over time. The judge's final words showed concern more than condemnation. He didn't want to see this man go backward. Now it's your turn. Was this sentence fair, too harsh, or exactly what was needed to protect his future? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.
Okay, all right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Remove the monitor.
Justin, do you want me to do that one?